how can we as players make it easier on you?
Interesting. As a player, you can push your bets out further. That actually helps a lot, especially the short dealers or the dealers with short arms who don't really say anything. They just reach for it. It would help a lot if bets and everything else, bets, cards, all that stuff was pushed forward at a reasonable reach for the dealer.
How tall are you?
5'4".
How tall are you? No, I'm kidding. So you're 5'4", and I'm 6 feet. So for somebody who's 5'4", trying to get to everything on the table, she talks about how it does affect her body to deal over and over and over again. If you're shorter, it's tougher. For me, I can extend my arm a lot further, and it just makes it a little bit easier just because I'm taller. And I still have my back feel like that. I can imagine if the table was larger compared to the size of me, that would make it tougher. So what else? What else can they do to make it easier?
Players can think of dealers as humans. I don't think a lot of players do that. They think of us as people who have to be heartless for the job, and people who have to deal with shitty behavior. We are people too, and we have feelings too, and we get frustrated the same way you get frustrated. And I know it's hard to think about someone else when you lose a big hand or whatever, but if you think about the dealer being a person, I think that would affect how you interact with the dealer, the things you say, especially when you're upset or something like that. I do think that would affect the interactions.
Yeah, poker players often, they show up and they're expecting a poker dealer to run a game perfectly because it's their money. It's this mentality that we get from this customer is always right thing. In casinos, it's just, first of all, poker dealers are human. They're going to make mistakes sometimes. It's a part of the game. Taking it out on an employee is something that's sort of in the culture of America, honestly.
Yeah.
And in a casino, when you're losing money, it triggers that feeling. So as a poker player, if you can take a moment before you go play and think about the fact that the dealer cannot control their feelings, and if you say things that trigger their feelings, it's going to be a difficult day for them at work, right?
Right.
I mean, it sort of is what it is. They're human. And we all dealers ask for people to care a little bit about that. And Greg, thank you so much for that question.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Zionist says,